Welcome back to BetterAvecBourbon. Today we'll be celebrating Guyana Independence early by tasting aged Dorado Rum, one of the world's most popular brands of Demerara Rum. Diving in, we have a treat, the Dorado 21-year rum. Dorado has a 300-year history of distilling Demerara Rum in Guyana. Dorado is made in Guyana by Demerara Distillers Ltd, which is 47% owned by the Guyana government, and they label their rum as Demerara Rum, with the name drawing from the Demerara River, not Demerara sugar. Similar to whiskey, the age statement here comes from the youngest rum used in the blend. Now let's open the box. Outside of rum, Guyana is also known for yellow gold, so it's no surprise that for their second oldest age statement, the Dorado 21, that they've added lots of gilding to the label. The next oldest being the Dorado 25. The bottle's labels provide similar information to the box, but I figured I'd give you a view for fun. The next rum we'll be tasting is the Dorado 12, which is a bit more common and accessible and is distinct from the red band and number. Another popular Demerara rum brand, especially if you're familiar with tiki cocktails, is Hamilton Rum, which we have the standard 86 rum and their infamous 151, which is 75.5% ABV and is typically used to add a bit of proof and to cut through some of the high sugar contents in tiki cocktails. But today we'll be focused on tasting the Dorado rum, so gather up your bottles, Glencairns, and let's get to it. Starting off, we have the Dorado 12-year-old rum. It can typically be found for about 35 USD. Now let's pour about an ounce into our Glencairn. It has this rich ruby red color, but something to keep in mind here is there's very little regulation when it comes to rum, so additives are commonplace. Let's give it a swirl. It's decently thick with some retention on the glass from the tannins. Dorado 12 is a great workhorse rum, especially if you have a cocktail that calls for an aged Demerara rum. It's got classic caramel and stone fruit flavors, and is pretty reasonable on price. It's one I always keep stocked. And now the big guns, the Dorado 21. It's about 140 USD at Total Wine, but I was able to get it for about 100 Canadian through BSW Liquor, so the prices can vary greatly. Once you have another Glencairn, open up that bottle. I'd like to report it was a satisfying cork pop. Now let's measure an ounce. The color is relatively close, but the 21 is a deeper red. Now let's give it a swirl. Quite a bit thicker than the 12, you really start to see beads forming at the top of the glass. More branching and organized compared to the 12, so there's quite a bit more tannins at work here. Really happy with the color of both of them, but let's get into the aroma and taste. For the Dorado 12 years aroma, there's some apricot, banana, maybe a little marmalade, caramel, and just a touch of spice. For the 21 years aroma, there's heavy caramel, vanilla, with the fruit elements taking a backseat. Now let's taste. Dorado says we should get lush tropical fruit and spice notes with hints of honey and dark sugar. Mellow, full-bodied with rich flavors of fruits and spice. Delightful, elegant, and dry finish. For the Dorado 12, I taste caramel at the front, apricot, marmalade, and some muted banana in the mix. Really classic aged rum flavors for me. For the 21 year, Dorado says we should get nose of mocha, toffee, tobacco, and dark spices. The mouth is velvety smooth with a full body of tropical fruits, coffee, leather, and rich toffee. Now for the Dorado 21, I get lots of caramel, smooth toffee with a muted fruit taste compared to the 12. The 12 in a way is more recognizably rum. I always get a stone fruit taste with some vanilla and caramel, whereas the Dorado 21 starts to get closer to an XO cognac, but center with more stone fruit and caramel. I really like both for different reasons, but I think the 21 is the more exciting of the pours because it's not what you expect. Thanks everyone for watching. Do you have a preferred Demerara rum? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, hit that like button, press subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.